team of police and military personnel has been dispatched to the northern region town of Bimbilla ahead of tomorrow's Supreme Court ruling on the protracted chieftaincy conflict there. A struggle between two families, the Nakpana and the Rasana, from the same Bumayili gate in Bimbilla, over who becomes the next king, has claimed many lives and many homes have been burned also in the conflict. The town is presently under a 6 p.m., 6 a.m. curfew. Scores of security personnel sent there to ensure that there is no disturbance in the community after the ruling. Member of Parliament for the area, who is also Defence Minister, Dominic Mitiwo, has been speaking to Seth Kwame Boateng.
The problem that we've had in Bimbilla just in the next few days to come. How do you feel, looking at where Bimbilla has got into now, that the Supreme Court is almost through giving its final ruling on the chieftaincy issue there?
First of all, I'm happy that it has come to the situation where the Apex Court will be ruling. We're all anxiously waiting for it. It's good that the people took it to the courts to allow the courts to decide. And for me, like I said, I'm extremely glad that the Apex courts have now decided this is the best way to go. And so we're giving its ruling. It's not been an easy journey. This matter started in 2013, 2003 till now. It's 15 years. Exactly 15 years ago that started, when the successor to the late chief was expected to be announced and skinned. And for 15 years, this issue has been going on. What did not help the situation is that, unlike other places where people were using the law courts, it degenerated into insecurity where people decided to use arms. That was the unfortunate aspect. If it was just the matter of who is supposed to be rightful owner, and they were using the law courts, I'm sure we'll not be saying some of the things we are saying today. But I'm happy that today we are all waiting anxiously for the courts to rule, and then we can move forward. I am very optimistic that we can get peace immediately and during and after the ruling. For the security, we have put in our security to ensure that the place is peaceful after the ruling. The signals also take point to a fact that the people will accept the outcome. There are three outcomes, Either nobody wins, or somebody wins, or both win. And so it's like politics. You cannot, you just have to accept at the end what the final arbiter says. And so I appeal to the people, and I appeal to the supporters, I appeal to the contenders, I appeal to even well-wishers that whatever the Supreme Court finally sees, we should say glory to the Almighty, Allah, Almighty God, and move on as a people. It's really affected the people, even me as a politician.
We will come there, but some people I interviewed have described it as a make or break. Is that how you see it?
No, I don't see it as a make or break. Like I said, what I've seen on the ground and what I've heard on the ground and my feeling on the ground tells me that it's a process that the people will accept. Though it's not easy because of the fact that people have taken entrenched positions. And ultimately, at the end of the day, we still have no choice. If the courts finally rule and take a position, it's very difficult within the land of Ghana and within the confines and the laws of Ghana to say, I don't accept. There is a process you can go through to appeal, and I will urge that we use that process.
That is if the side that will lose is not ready to accept.
Yes, we should use that process. As for the process of taking to arms of violence, I think that should be a no-go area for anybody. And I will appeal to everybody that should be a no-go area for anybody. It will not help anyone. It will not help the nation. It will not even help the people thinking like that. So I do know and I appeal that nobody should think of that option. The option is to appeal if you think that where you are, the ruling does not favor you. But like I said, I'm very optimistic that the Supreme Court knows the type of ruling that will bring peace to the area. I'm 100% sure about that.
But often, the indigents are not those who would want to instigate or ignite any conflict. There are shadow parties. There are third hands elsewhere attempting all the time to manipulate the people, get them to fight. For those people, you may or may not know them. What would you tell them?
Like I said, I just hope that in this case, it is the people themselves. And it's largely the people themselves. But if there are third parties, I would ask them to stay off. The people are tired. The youth are tired. The youth and even all of us have tried over the years to do things that will try to bring the people together. The politicians, the non-politicians, the opinion leaders have all tried, even using malams, using politicians, using everybody to talk to the people. And that's why, likely for us, over the last 1 year, you have not heard much about the area. It's been very calm, it's been very peaceful. Everybody is just waiting purposely for the day that the Supreme Court will speak. And they've all pledged that if the Supreme Court speaks, they would respect that decision. So if there are third parties elsewhere, I will urge them to find their time and money and reinvest somewhere. They should invest somewhere or invest positively in the people. They can invest in schools, they can invest in water for the people, they can invest in roads, they can invest in businesses, they can invest in anything that will be profitable to the people other than investing in guns. That's not what the people need. The people need food, the people need education, the people need enlightenment. That's what the people are asking for. And like I said, it has really affected the people very much. A lot of the resources that are supposed to have gone to the people are used in peacekeeping. Even me as a politician, I was just telling you that I've scaled down the political activities I do in the area drastically. And I use the word drastically. I scaled down it drastically so that we can all be arbiters. We can all be neutral people within the scale of things. I don't belong to any of the feuding factions. In fact, I don't even belong to the tribe that has a problem. But like I said, I want to be somebody who can talk to both sides, and that's exactly what I'm doing now. I should be able to talk to this side, be able to talk to this side, and bring them together, whatever happens. And I try to position myself like that, and I didn't want a situation where politics will influence the way things go. Luckily for me, I have the support of people from both camps, and so I'm able to do that. But what I did in the interim, it was to scale down my political activity and my visits in the area, hoping that after this May, when everything is settled, then we can all go now and make sure that we bring the people together, we do political activities together, we bring development to the people together. So the future is bright if we can just get across that bridge very well.
And what will be the impact of the ruling of Bimbilla, that is, if both sides accept, no matter the outcome, what will be the impact of this on Bimbilla?
If you check the geographical location of Bimbilla, it's like the center of the market. It's really located very well, located right in the middle of the Eastern Corridor. You know, if you check the map of Ghana, you check the location, you check the siting of the area, it's just ripe moving forward in terms of development. So if the ruling were to go well for the people, when I say for the people is that after the ruling, there is no problem. People don't go out there to jubilate. People, you know, if somebody were to lose and even the victorious party decide to go and become brothers to the loser and not jubilate, then you see that it suits them, it eases tension, they become one because the victory is for everybody. So that's the first thing I will advise, that if the ruling is such that one side were to win, I would advise that they should tone down on what we call jubilation. They should go out there and congratulate their neighbors for the fact that instead of taking to arms, they've decided to go to the courts, so that the victory is for everyone. Let it be inclusive. And if the ruling is such that somebody emerges as a winner, he must then lead, because we will not depend on him to lead the people and make sure that everybody becomes one. We no more have the situation where you say, these are my people or these are not my people. Everybody becomes immediately your person. So you don't have a faction any longer. Then you can bring everybody together. That's why his supporters must come down on jubilation. Don't jubilate. Bring everybody together. Get everybody close on you, and let's move on. But like I said, the Supreme Court, I pretty believe the Supreme Court will give a judgment that will bring peace to the area.
Are you anxious as a member of parliament from Bimbilla?
Of course, if I say I'm not anxious, then I would not be telling the truth. I am. But like I said, I have positive reviews about the Supreme Court. I have a lot of confidence in what they do, a lot of confidence in the judges, and I believe that they'll give a ruling that will bring finality to the area, will bring peace to the people, and all of us will be happy the day after.
So lastly, for residents who dread the repercussion of this, who are afraid, what would you tell them?
Relax. Like I said, the security is good enough to protect everybody.
Enough there?
Yes, it's good enough to protect everybody. But that is not to say that you can put the best security in the world, but the security of a human being rests on the human being himself. You can put the best security in the world for a human being, but the security of every human being rests for the human being himself. So I will urge every resident to take his own security into his own hands first. And if there is any activity that you think the security agencies should know, let them know. They are there to protect you. They are there to assist you. And particularly the young people, the youth, I would appeal to them to be calm. Whatever the outcome of the ruling, they should be calm. They should not allow anybody to use them. They shouldn't do anything. They should be calm. Let us move the place forward. We need peace. We need the area. We need to ensure that the place is moved forward. Like I said, we've lost a lot. We've lost in terms of development. We've lost in terms of peace, in terms of image. Like I said, even me, I've scaled down on my visits and my political activity in the area. And all other politicians are doing the same. I don't remember the last time any politician visited Bimbilla, because we all decided that that was not the right thing to do. We all wanted this day to pass, and then we can move on as a people. And we can begin to put what we need to do and do it well.
So lastly, the curfew in Bimbilla, after the verdict and there is peace and everything, how long will it take for the curfew to be lifted?
First of all, that is not under my jurisdiction, you know that. That's under
influential.
No, that is under the Ministry of Interior. I will not be able to sit here and say that, well, judging from the security and judging from the reports of national security or the Ministry of Interior, this is the day they will lift the curfew. Lifting of the curfew begins from the district security committee. If they think that there is enough security, they think that the place is peaceful, they would ask for a review. I cannot tell, but I do know that I trust the managers of the district security committee to recommend to the regional security committee to get the Minister of Interior to lift the curfew. But I do know that it may not be as long as other places that have lasted for 100 years. It may not.
Would you want me to digress and ask about the police-military clash? How do you feel? You have just come in, but what report have you received? I said, let me digress.
I have no comment. Tomorrow you hear from us in Parliament.
Well, Seth Kwame Boateng, who has produced some documentaries on the Bimbilla conflict, also spoke to some young peace ambassadors from the area.
Bimbilla is our land. What is happening is not going into anybody's favor. The roots, the aged, the people are being grounded to a halt. Businesses have come to a halt over the counterproductive curfew that have been imposed on the people. Farmers are crying. The students, like you talked about, life here in Accra is not easy. We have been here struggling. The image the media has given to Bimbilla is affecting almost all of us. That is why we are passionately appealing to everybody. The time has come, like you rightly say, break or a makeup. We must look beyond the future. We must look at the future of the unknown. We must look at the many challenges confronting us as a people. We are not enemies of one ourselves. We are a united Bimbilla. We had ever been won a peace award. These are the focus we should look at as a people. There are so many things that unite us as a people, and our focus and strength must be centralized on those than the superimposed influences tearing us apart. Bimbilla must move on.
Okay. Yes. So thank you. So your colleague is passionately appealing to people back home to appreciate the need for peace. What is your message as well ahead of the ruling, and even after the ruling, what would you tell the people there?
Yeah, I'm appealing to my grandparents, my parents, my colleague youth, women, everybody. Let us choose peace. Let us embrace peace. We are one family. You are either related through marriage or through any other family relations. Everybody knows everybody. We sit together for generations, and then we have been marrying, intermarrying, and all that. We are very much related to each other. Let us love each other, and let's stop the killings. If killings were to solve the problem, I think that long ago this chieftaincy crisis would have been solved. But where do we find ourselves? We have killed chiefs, we have killed women, we have killed children. Has that solved our problem? Let's focus. Let's focus on peace. Let's choose peace. It doesn't matter which side wins. We are all Nanumbers. Let's all think about the progress of the land and then embrace peace.
I feel that peace is a prerequisite for the development of every national economy. And looking at Bimbilla, my heart bleeds when I look at the rippling effects of this conflict over time. People might not see the effects now, even though some have already manifested, but looking into the future, there are more things that we have to ponder over. Let's take a quick example as to the businesses in Bimbilla. Most businesses have collapsed due to this conflict, and I'm preaching that my parents out there, my uncles, my grandparents, my fellow women especially, because we are most vulnerable when it comes to war. We can't fight, so let us be a catalyst to preaching peace and development. We are the future leaders of Bimbilla. What legacy have we led? What legacy are we leaving behind for our generations to come? We pray that this ruling, whatever the outcome may be, we are just praying that our people stay calm and continue to preach peace. That is what we are praying for. We pray, it doesn't matter who wins. Nanung is one, it's for us. There's no need to cause division. There's the need to come together to fight for our progress. I'm pleading on the other youth, wherever you are, Kumasi, Tamale, everywhere you are, we are all Nanu. We want all of us to come together so that we can promote peace in Bimbilla. Because tomorrow it might be him, today it might be me. We don't know. So people are losing their lives. And those who are losing their lives, what if there were those who were coming to develop the place? But right now that they are all gone and you don't know. So I'm planning to do something there, but because of the conflicts around there, I don't want to come. Investors have left there. They've started with a business and they've left just because of the conflict. They don't want to get involved into it. So I'm just pleading that we are all one. You are my sister, you are my auntie, you are my... It doesn't matter whether you are at the other side or this side. You have to all come together as one people because we are all one blood. Because if I'm going to ask, this person is red, this person is this person is that, if I'm going to ask, he might be my sister or my uncle. And because of that, we don't talk just because of it. And it's very bad. We have to come together as one.